Alright, good morning everyone. So let's take a look. This is Monday. Now I've already posted the hours, as you know, on Sunday. Alright, so everything's all pretty much clear. Let's take a look at the news as well to see where we're at. Let's take a look. Economic calendar. As you know, you've got to check this first thing, so let's check it for the whole week. So we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, non-farm payroll coming in. All right, and that's on the first day of November. All right, so market's going to psych up to that. As at Tuesday, we need to be careful, and I've already posted the swing days, so we're going to have to see how things pan out. Now, this is gold. As you can see, gold started with a push down, and I've posted the hours like I said yesterday, and these are the hours. Now, let's take a look at the daily. Now, as you can see, we've got a bit of a dip down here, which can still eventuate. A good buy kiss, 2744. Will that cover us? 2744 is there. All right, so pretty much there, that's the gap. Okay, so the market may hit there and pull back. Now, because today is a swing day for gold, okay, and we are at highs, as you can see, so dipping down is okay. So this is looking like a consolidation here. So what you need to do, all right, just like we've learned in technical analysis, we just draw this in here. All right, so as you can see, the market is in an upwards motion going sideways. So two things can happen here. Okay, so we've got an A, B, C pullback. It will bring us into this zone. Okay, so that will be the zone there. Okay, where there's a target. The second option is we could head lower, and that will be that option. Okay, if that's the case, okay, then we should come here, close the gap, and this should be our manipulation bar, right? That's the manipulation bar there. All right, so that should kind of push us in there, and because today is a swing day, we'll have to mark it in. So if the market goes up a little bit, pushing down is okay. Let's take a look at the weekly. Now with the weekly, we're right on the edge, as you can see. Okay, so if the market does push down or may continue with this up move, okay, we'll have to be careful. We might come down to 2684 on the price. Let's see how far that is. 2684. That's quite a bit down. 2684 is all the way down here. Okay, so we'll put it on the radar here from a price perspective. On the weekly, that's 72, 2690. Okay, so 2690 is there. So this zone is a potential target for us if the market starts to push down. All right, and like I said, because of swing day, if we close the gap, if we pop up here, if we sweep stops and dip quickly back down, selling is okay. All right, if we make a high on Monday, okay, and the market sticks around here, on the next swing day it might do the same thing. Stop, sweep, come back, and then a pullback. Okay, so we'll take it from there. Okay, let's take a look, and that's basically it on the monthly. Okay, as you can see, we're like pretty much all the way up there. It's quite high, so as far as we can see, a pullback can also be in order. If the market comes down here, okay, don't rush into it because of the gap here. So the market still may have some room to fall. Okay, so if a sell starts, we could like push down a little bit more. All right, so that's that. If you want to buy the lows, okay, minimum is a stop sweep here. Okay, so you don't want to be mucking around in the middle. If you want to buy, do it minimum here. If there's a stop sweep at a trading hour, selling as well at the highs, it could be in this zone here as well. So from here to here, once the gap's closed, it's fair game. Also, stop sweep coming quickly back in, selling off is also an option. Okay, so you can do both. Try both out. Now, euro dollar, with the euro dollar as well, today is a swing day, all right, which is fine. Friday was also a swing day. As you know, it came to that PST level. We talked about that level. There you go. And the market swooped down. It got into that, and that was also a target level there. Okay, so this is all good. What to do with this now? Because it's a swing day, let's check out the weekly. We could dip down into here a little bit more on the weekly here. All right, and that's fine. Which is there. So the market can just dip slightly lower as well, do a bit of a stop sweep, and then push back up as well. All right, so I don't mind going long on this from the lows, or you can wait for tomorrow to dive in on the pullback. It's both good. As you can see, we're in a good buy kiss here, and at good buy kiss is what, 28 on the daily, so 1.0783, 1.0783 is right on top there. Let's check if there are any gaps. Pretty much not here, not here, not here. No, it's all good, okay, because that's like the low it did. So, and what can I say? The first trade hour is going to be what, 10:15. It's going to be around there, isn't it? 10:15. Yep, that's London. All right, so if we dip back down again, the market wanting to buy is an option. So, and Monday being, like I said, a swing day, from the lows going up is not a bad idea. That's 10:15. Then I've got 12. Okay, so you can just follow this during those hours. 12, 12:20 is going to be just after that. Okay, and then with the rest of the hours coming in. All right, so 3:30 as well into there. All right, so see how that pans out. Dipping down a little bit, I think, like I said, is okay. All right, on the daily as well, there's just a little bit of a gap here. If you want to push it down to cover that gap, it's going to be there. Okay, and this needs to be there. All right, so that's that. Can you take this for a manipulation bar? I think we can. The market's already done so. All right, we do that here, and that's also fine. And now I can get rid of this. As you can see, this is a bit of a sweep. The market hasn't closed under it, okay, but that's fine. So there's still a little bit of room to come down to close that gap. So if I move this up a little bit, it'll include that, and we'll be fine. And then I can just get rid of that one. That's already done. Okay, so there. Like I said, you can wait for the next day as well. You can make a low, you can pick up a little bit. The next day you can dive in to follow that through, so you don't have to rush. SP 500 weekly at a low week under the PST level. Now this could go both ways. Let's take a look at the monthly. Oh, right there. What about the daily? On the daily, we're up a little bit. Okay, and that's your hammer. Let's see. HCL1 5854, which is pretty much your first spot. Okay, 5854. So this zone is also okay to sell off. Okay, so I don't mind selling this zone. The weekly, this bit slightly lower is also okay. So just put your trading hours vertical lines. Selling from the highs. It's not a bad idea at all. Okay, not to mention, if you take a look at your swing days, Monday or Tuesday. All right, so Monday or Tuesday, and then so today and tomorrow, looking for highs is okay to sell that off. Right, so we're gonna have to watch that. This dip down is okay. Retracement, sell off on Friday, selling again to push further down. I don't mind. Okay, we can do that. Okay, just bear with me a little bit. So with the SP 500 as well, heading down there is okay, as you can see. It's all good. All right. If the market dips up higher than that, I'd be cautious. Okay, so why? Because at the end of the day, we do have like an A, B, C. I'd like to see a bigger push down into here, but we won't know. All right, so we'll just need to wait it out. So if you want to play it safe, I'd wait for a trading hour, take my chances from the top here. As you can see, there's a bit of a sell-off here. The manipulation bar is on this one, I think. Yes, it is. Okay, and the gap closes pretty much there. So in New York, we might just do a tap. It could also stop sweep here, but from the highs at trading hours, I don't mind selling off. Okay, and we had 54 here as a PST level, so keep that in mind. On the weekly, okay, on the weekly, look, that PST on the weekly is a 68.5890. So let's not get surprised if the market does something crazy and go up there. If it does go up here and then start selling off rapidly, okay, this could also be okay, like a sweep and then push back down quickly, like it does here. Sometimes you'll see it rush up and then boom, boom, it'll start to push down again. Okay, so that's how it is. So selling the highs are okay. If you want to target, what do you want to target? You want to be targeting at least the lows there. So what's that? That's an HCL1 here is 5809. And the initial target should be 5809, just underneath your weekly pivot, which is fine as well. At the end of the day, the market should come here as well. Even if it's going to go up, it should retrace. So if you do sell, make sure you cover the trade, move forward, and follow up on the trade. If it keeps pushing down, which we might want to see it push down, we've got room to come down into 59, okay, which is 5732. So 5732, 5715, 569294. So you need to note those down. Let's note them. 5732, 5732 is all the way down there. 5732. Okay, and then we've got 15, 5715. So this will be your initial zone there. Okay, if it starts to fall, then that's how it is. But Friday sell-off is good. Today reaching out, closing gaps, trying to sell again today, tomorrow is not a bad idea. Remember, we've got 2 days. You can also wait for the following day when we have a swing day for the retracement to push back in. So you don't need to rush the trade, just like I mentioned and said in the euro dollar as well. Now let's take a look at this Dow Jones. The Dow Jones also, as you can see, market just pushing down. That worked out really good. As you can see, it's a nice big push down. Monday was a swing day, beautiful push down. Okay, we talked about this zone as well. This is where the manipulation is. There's a gap here, so this is why we said it could fall down. And if you look, if you just follow your technical analysis like we've learned, you see we've got zones in there. All right, so here's the second zone. The reason I've marked this zone is because, right, if you do that, okay, you see that's where your line is, right? See how it's been taking support from there, which is great. If you always draw your lines, then you're going to be okay, because what happens here is what happens here is when the market comes back down and you have a swing day, then this is a good opportunity to go up because you've got your zone, you've got your manipulation, okay, and this is a zone where you can get back into the game. If it's a swing day around here, you can expect a U-turn. All right, so that's that. And Monday is a swing day, so we're low, right? So this is like making sense. So we could have a pull up. So from the lows here, okay, if the market does dip down a little further, we've got room to come down to that 60 level, 42,175. So that 60 and 56 to 58.72 zone, right? So it's this zone here, 56, 57, 58, 60. So closest one is 42,175. So 42,175. 42,175 is going to be there, right? So that's your closest. This will probably get breached because of the gap. So then we've got the lower levels, right? Oops, sorry, on the weekly that is. Okay, so then on the weekly we've got PST at 68, which is 41,994. $41,994 is just there. Whoops. All right, and we've got 8. I think it was 856 or 7 there. All right, so having these levels in front of us is good. This is like a nice level. It'll also stop sweep. Okay, so we can see where that's going. If you want to sell off, weekly pivot is okay because it closes the gap there. Okay, and here it's all down, so a bit of a pull up here is expected. So if we can come down from a swing day, and for Dow Jones, Monday is a swing day, so from the lows we can swing up as well, not a problem. Just match your day and your PST. This PST level here is also 60, is like pretty much on top of it. You know, it's like pretty much done kind of deal. Okay, like I said, with these you can also work on the next day as well. All right, so your swing day will be like a confirmation, and then the next day will be like your entry. So you got the signal, and then the entry the following day is also possible. Now here's NASDAQ. Ooh, now this is looking like a nice breakout. So this is like we've got room to go up. Okay, where to? Into 65, which is 2748. So 2748, 2748 is up here. Okay, and on the weekly, the good buy kiss, if you want to buy, it's going to be on that red line there, right? So the red line, as you can see, the HHL 160.87 there, and that's 2257. So 2257 is right there. All right, pretty much. So the weekly pivot, including a stop sweep, okay, is okay to get back into the game to push up. All right, on this one. On the monthly, we can have a bit more room, 75, 2872. So mark that in as well, 2872. Let's do this. Eight, 7, 2 up there. All right, now I can get rid of these. These were targets from last week, as you know, hitting them nicely. Now we can pull back. All right, so the market's obviously jumped up nicely. Any pullback sweeps, we're good. Okay, now on this one as well, it just is a good idea to note the 6159 as well. If you're trading NASDAQ, 20,144, just note it down. This 51, keep it on your radar. The 56, put it on your radar, 19,975, okay? At the end of the day, this is looking like, you know, could be a double top because we're right up here, and I don't like to buy these high levels, as you know. So if you're going to trade it, do it cautiously with a nice money management, okay, so you don't get squeezed up here, okay. So yeah, don't get squeezed up. Remember, we've got room to go up and then sell off. So you know, it could also just sell off from around here on that goodbye kiss on the weekly, which is that 65.2748 right there, okay. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now with Bitcoin, remember we had Friday and Saturday for this one, all right. Friday or Saturday as a swing day as well. Monday as well, as you know, Monday the market, what was I think it was Monday was the 21st, so Monday was a swing day, market came down, and then we had Friday or Saturday, that's your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So Friday, Saturday, going back up again. Now today, with this, what do I have? On a swing day, we don't have anything today for a swing day. But we are in a triangle, okay, so it's nice. If we have a nice breakout, you can follow this through. Let's check the weekly first. If I come back into 51.53, which is 64.898, 64.898, somewhere around there, okay. Plus, do I have anything else on the weekly? Maybe the blue, which is the 51, and that's 63.567. Okay, so 63.567. Which is about there, all right. So how can that work out? That can be, let's check out the weekly. Well, look, if it comes back down, you know, you can buy there, okay. This is obviously pretty bullish as the week ended, as you can see. Market's pushed up, comes back, goodbye kiss, beautiful pull up right on the goodbye kiss, okay. So if you've been following your PSTs, it's all good, and then you can push this up into that zone, all right. On the monthly, we're already in the first target, so that's basically it. Okay, not much to talk about here. Let me just do this. So this looks like a breakout, doesn't it? On the monthly. All right, so PST already broke out. You see how early the PST is? It's giving you the breakout much before, way before the price. So that's all good. All right, so if the market does pull back into that zone, there's room to cover in there. Also, just be a little mindful. If you take a look at your 4 hour chart, you'll spot some gaps there. If the market all of a sudden crashes, be mindful. This is, what do you call that? A distribution, all right? So here, as you can see, we've got this market popping up, okay, coming back down. If we go pop up again and there's sellers coming in, then it'll break that, right? So like this is the market like retesting these levels. Once, you know, from these levels, it could just short and break out. If it breaks below that, then the pullback is your call to short it down. Then you're going to short it all the way into this 4 hour bar. Okay, and then it should pop up a little bit and then maybe close that and then pull back into this bar here. So the market can push down all the way back into the 60 again to close all these gaps, and then, you know, kind of like pull back up again, start pushing up again. Okay, so be mindful and have a good day, and don't forget to keep track of the news this week.